see her tonight, because she's my delight. I'll take her to a dance.
Well, if you recognize this, you're very old. Welcome. That's JB and the Playboys. What year? This like 1964? Would that be about right?
It's about right, yeah.
Okay. Very happy to have in the studio today, speaking of JB and the Playboys, one of the original members, Allan Nicholls, who is in that song. Do you hear this now? Does it bring back, obviously, memories?
Yeah, and I still play the song.
Do you really?
Yeah, we do it in the show.
All right. Listen, I said when I mentioned this off the top of the show, so if you grew up in and around Montreal back in the mid-1960s, there were so many great local bands. So yes, JB and the Playboys. Then I'm reading down the bio today. There's The Haunted. There's The Rabble. There's Mash McCann. There was a ton of local music back in the day, in the 1960s, in this city.
Oh, yes. It was a very, very flourishing time. I mean, we'd like to think that we were one of the first that gave it more of a bigger show kind of
like just
approach.
out of Montreal.
Yeah. And we ended up touring with a lot of the bigger acts. Like we toured with the Stones, we toured with the Beach Boys.
Well, stop right there. A Montreal band opens for the Rolling Stones. This is what, 1965?
Yep.
You also opened, did you open for the Beatles here?
No, we didn't do the Beatles.
You did the Stones?
We did the Stones in 4 cities. We ended up not doing Montreal in the Stones tour because of an attempt by our manager to get us into the lineup later in the lineup.
Because back then it wasn't one act doing an opening,
yeah, it was a
right?
bunch of
right. You had a bunch of different bands coming on before the main act got on the stage. The main act back then would do half an hour and call it a night?
Oh, yeah. It was
that's insane.
Multi-shows, multi-group shows.
So, your story, though, beyond JB and the Playboys, and, you had your day. And, by the way, for people, and I said if you grew up in and around Montreal, you played in the Laurentians, you played like local bars around the city.
Yeah, we used to do residencies like in Rawdon
and
in Morin Heights and in the city a little bit. There wasn't that much in the city. In the city, we did more. Well, Donald K. Donald had the Bonaventure Club. Curling club.
Or the skating rink, or the hockey rink is, right?
Yeah. And we used to play concerts there. But what we would do is we would give we would give the audiences a kind of concert experience, but at their high school. Like we were a show band, not a show band, but we would give them a show. You were entertainers,
yeah. You put on a show.
Yeah. And
that's a long time ago.
It is.
I don't think they do that anymore, right? They don't bring in bands into local high schools unless it's kids who are actually in the school, I guess, for performing, right?
And also, we'd never be able to play them again because we actually got banned by the Protestant School Board.
Did you?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Just a little off-color comment now and then.
You rebel, you. Yeah. Okay. Listen, beyond living sort of, traveling down memory lane here, which is always a lot of fun.
As long as you're still above ground.
Yeah, exactly. You're actually performing this weekend.
Yes.
What's the deal on that?
Well, we put the band back together again.
The band that's 50 years ago.
I know. But JB and the Playboys, Billy Hill, the original guitarist, and myself had a drink one day at Old Orchard Pub.
That's how it started.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And we said, why aren't we playing again? All these other bands are playing. So we got 3 youngsters in R.D. Harris, Stuart Patterson, and Ronnie Stutz to join us. And now we're JB and the Playboys 2.0.
2024, yeah. Playing all the stuff you'd done. You didn't write new stuff.
We do new stuff.
No.
We do some of my material that I wrote as a solo artist.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of original. And Ronnie does some old rock and roll songs and...
So you always have to wonder, and it's interesting because you say so many of these acts are back on the road. I mean, the Stones, I think Mick Jagger's now 80.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys who've been around since the mid-'60s, since you guys were around, are still getting out there. And I'm looking at a list of summer tours this year, names that have been around since the 1970s that'll be out touring. Steve Miller's touring this summer. Steely Dan is touring this summer. The Doobies are... I mean, that's all happening. Was that part of what made you think we should be doing this too?
Maybe a bit, but more just for the joy. And just the fact that we can still do it, and why not?
Did you ever stop playing music?
Not really. I mean, I always wrote music, and I always performed, and I was in film for a long time. I performed on Broadway. I've just been
This is your life.
Constant
Yeah.
performer.
Speaking of, I mean, we're just talking during the break, so people may remember back in the late 60s, Hair, the Broadway musical.
Oh, hopefully they do.
They remember because people were naked on stage. That's why they remember it. But you were in that original cast of Hair.
I was in the first wave of replacements. Yeah. I'm the only male who played both the male leads on Broadway. I was in it for 2.5 years.
How did you get that gig?
Our manager wanted to get JB and the Playboys into the New York scene, wanted us to have more exposure.
International, yeah.
Yeah. And he said the way to do it is have you come down and audition for a Broadway show. And I went, okay. He said, there's this Broadway show, Hair. So I bought the album and I listened. I didn't buy the album. That's a lie. I borrowed the album. I borrowed it from Pierre Senecal of Mash McCann. And I listened to it and I went, oh, this is cool. But it wasn't, and they called it a tribal rock musical. It was not rock music
pretty
at all.
tame by comparative standards, right?
But I listened to it and I learned a couple of songs and I went down and auditioned. I auditioned with my own original material because there was no way I could learn the songs that quickly. And I got in the show, but then we realized very quickly that you can't be in a Broadway show and be in a rock band at the same time. I mean, you're doing 8 shows a week.
Right.
You're rehearsing. You're bringing in new members. You have to rehearse with them.
So that was the end of the band in that beginning of your Broadway career.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I did that. But I continued. I put together because once I got into it a little bit, it was fine. And I started recording some singles on my own. And then I also put a backup group together, backup group from cast members in the show. And I bet you'll know this one song that we are kind of infamous for singing backup on. If I tell you Todd Rundgren's Hello, It's Me.
That was a giant hit.
Yeah, that's...
You're doing backing tracks on that?
It's important to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Todd Rundgren.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice claim to fame.
Yeah, well, I had been doing some playing around, and I'd played with Moogie Klingman, his keyboard player, and I'd sung some. I also used to sing demos for writers' songs, and Moogie wrote some great songs, and he brought me into the studio when they did the live version, live to tape of Hello, It's Me, and it was myself, Heather McRae from the show, Vicky Sue Robinson.
Oh my God!
Turn the Beat Around.
Yeah.
George Hirsch, Dennis Cooley. We were all in Hair, and we sang the backups.
Wow. I mean, it's an incredible story, an incredible life you've had in the business and entertainment in general. Beyond, and I asked you this before for people who don't know, you live in Burlington now, Burlington, Vermont.
Yes, I do.
Why'd you choose to go there of all places?
Well, to be close to Montreal.
What was wrong with Montreal?
Well, I had done my career pretty well for 45 years in the U.S. and to come back up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's hard.
And what are you doing now? I mean, obviously you're still playing music, but what are you doing like as a job, if you will, or what do you do?
I do guest lecturing in film. I do. I'm writing a screenplay with a friend of mine, Wayne Grigsby, who was actually Wayne Grigsby. You must know of Wayne Grigsby.
Like a media guy from years ago, wasn't he?
And producer
CBC?
of a lot of CBC shows and stuff. We're writing a television series based in Montreal in the 50s. And it's noir. It's called Montreal Noir.
This is so cool.
And it's like, why stop?
Good for you. You know what? And it's
I'm
great.
a lousy golf player.
Okay. It's like I said, well, you're going to retire. I don't play golf, so maybe a little longer before I do that.
There
But
you go.
listen, it's great to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. I can't believe that I've known of you for so long.
And I of you, and yet we have never met up until today. Maybe, we've kind of crossed in passing. I mean, I worked at Shom 100 years ago, and I imagine we were probably playing your records back then, although it was the beginning of the 1980s.
Yeah, maybe more Mash McCann stuff at that point. But
I think I bought that single. It was on an orange label. As the years go by?
As the years go by.
Pretty sure I own that.
Yeah, I wasn't on that one. The one I was on was Dance a Little Step. We did Dance a Little Step, and it was a great single.
It's a great time in Montreal to be, first of all, to be a kid, to be able to have all that local music going on. And this was in the middle, of course, of the British invasion. You had the Beach Boys, you had the Beatles, you had the Stones, you had Dave Clark 5. And I came across that today. You covered All My Loving by the Beatles, right?
Yeah, that was our first record.
It was not very good.
No, it wasn't.
No, I listened to it today. But
why do you think we never?
yeah, well, there you go. Maybe that's why.
We ended up turning it over and releasing the flip side.
Oh, well, there you go. Listen, if for those of you listening, if you would like to bring back some of those memories this Saturday at the Wheel Club in NDG.
Yeah.
What time? 7-ish?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock?
And
Okay.
another thing I wanted to mention is I'm doing a benefit or memorial concert with a bunch of Montreal musicians and famous people, famous Montrealers for the late Mark Goodwin, who played with a group called Lazarus Moan and Punching Weasel. And
When is that?
that's on the 19th, and we're doing it at Petit Cafe Campus.
Okay, yeah.
And it's going to be great.
Excellent. It's great meeting you, finally,
Likewise.
after so many years.
I'm going to bother
queued
you
this-
again.
Yeah, I queued this up because I can't believe you sang on this song. People will remember this, Brian.
Oh, yeah.
Is that you?
With Heather and
With other people,
Vicky
yeah.
Sue. And
That's wild. Allan Nicholls, JB and the Playboys playing this Saturday at the Wheel Club in NDG. Todd Rundgren, Hello, It's Me. It was a gazillion seller, this song.
Oh, what a great guy. He's an amazing guy.
It's great to meet you. Really, I wish we had
Likewise.
more time. And I look forward to maybe try to run out there on a Saturday night and catch you guys this weekend. It'd be great.
Great. And July 6th, we're up in Morin Heights.
We'll remind people.
Yeah.
All right. Good meeting you. Take good care.
Likewise.